This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Good evening, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the POSTCAST, brought to you by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network, now the number one sports podcast network in America. I am Tim Daniel. I'm in my second season here at Locked On, and I want to thank you all for spending some time with me tonight as we discuss the Cincinnati Reds' big win over the Colorado Rockies, 7-2. If you're just checking the show out for the first time, welcome. We are so glad to have you. On today's show, Elly Mania is running wild again as he has a historic start to the season. Chase Burns continues to do Chase Burns things. And Dane Myers maybe making a case to be getting more consistent at bats. All that and a whole lot more. Let's get started.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Say it with me, folks. Elly De La Cruz. I feel like for my career, I'm going to be saying Elly De La Cruz was the player of the game a lot. And tonight, was he awesome or was he awesome? 3 for 4 tonight with 4 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and an opposite field home run from the left side of the plate. We've been seeing Elly get a lot of love on the right side of the plate, and rightfully so. And he's been pretty awesome. William has it right here. I was just about to use this stat. First Major League player since 1900 with 10-plus homers and 8-plus stolen bases before May. Now, not to get too far over our skis here, which, let's be honest, we all have a tendency to do. Those are numbers that like MVPs have, is what we're talking about there. Not saying Elly De La Cruz will win the MVP by any means, but he's certainly making a case to get started with that. I mean, he's up to the year he's having right now is unbelievable. It's what we wanted him to be forever. And last year we heard all the time, all this stuff about him, that he wasn't this. And I think we're finally starting to see Reds fans kind of be like, you know what he is though? He's really freaking good at what he does. And that's being a power hitter, that's having speed. And did you guys we're talking about the home run. We're talking about everything he did at the plate. That play he made when Brian Hayes and him were going for the same ball, and he is so deep in the hole, it makes that throw to get Sal Stewart. Good Lord. William says it here. Could he win Gold Glove? Yes. Yes, he could totally win Gold Glove. That play is one of the best plays I've ever seen a shortstop make. I know a lot of people can throw a lot of different names out there, and you're right on all of them. But I texted a buddy of mine who's a scout in the big leagues, and I sent him the clip because he's a scout for another team. He goes, only 2 shortstops can make that throw, and one of the guys doesn't play shortstop anymore. That tells you everything you need to know about what Elly De La Cruz is bringing to the big league level right now. That was a play that I am just baffled by. It's something that you just don't see people do. He's not human. He's literally not human at this point. I really think that Elly De La Cruz might be an alien with how good of a baseball player he is. So if you look at his last 7 games, I love my trends. 11 for 29. That's a 379 batting average, a 438 on base, a 793 slugging, 4 home runs, 12 runs batted in, 3 walks, 3 stolen bases, and 8 runs scored. Do we know how good we have it right now? We know the team's good. We know the team's winning baseball games. We know that there's a lot of young talent who are learning to be big leaguers all at once. But what we're getting right now from 3 and 4 in the lineup, not many teams are getting. There's a reason the Reds are now 9 games above 500. And with the conversation now turns to, is this team for real? If you watched, Jeff and Steve were part of the National League Central squad show, and they were having the conversation of, could the Central have 3, maybe even 4 playoff teams this year? With how things are going in the NL West, I think 4 might be a little bit of a reach, but the East is not very good minus the Braves. So maybe the NL Central could have 3 teams in the postseason this year. And look, I get it. It is April 28th. We have so much baseball to play, but it is so hard to not watch this team on a nightly basis and just think, man, they can be something special. And Elly De La Cruz and Sal Stewart are leading the way. 2 guys who are hitting above 290, 2 guys of OPS is above 950, 2 guys who just hit tanks, 2 guys who just change everything when they're in the bat. And look at Sal Stewart tonight. 1 for 4 is not, is a night that Sal Stewart would be like, it wasn't my night. You know what he did that was so great? People are adjusting to him now. And you're seeing it, right? They're throwing the fastball more inside because they want to see if he can hit it when it's closer to his hands. And he struggled with that for a couple at bats tonight. But when he got that last hit, you could see that he went to the ball. The ball did not come to him. And I think that's the thing that makes him such a special player. Like, since Joey retired, we've been waiting for this first baseman to take that spot and kind of be the guy who can like plant their flag as the first baseman of the future for the Cincinnati Reds. It was supposed to be CES. We all know how that went. Spencer Steer, I think defensively is a really, really good first baseman, but right now his need is in left field. That's a story for another time. But what you're seeing from Sal Stewart too is just this guy that's like, you have cornerstones. And, we all think that Matt McLean, depending who you talk to, aren't big fans of him. And I get it. Like, he hasn't been up to par just yet, but I think he's coming around. And I think he may not belong in that conversation with those two guys just yet. I think Elly and Sal have proven to be the cornerstones of the offense. But I feel like too, they're just these guys who can make everything happen for your team. And it's really cool the Reds have those guys. And shout out, scouting development team. Shout out the minor league system for developing these guys to being who they are and just really making this team special. That's the part that's really cool to see. Now, if we're going to have Elly De La Cruz be the player of the game, and 100% deservedly so, if we're going to talk about Sal Stewart, I think Chase Burns deserves the credit of being the X factor tonight.
It's time to reveal who made the biggest under-the-radar impact with today's X Factor.
I don't know what's going on with StreamYard today, people. They're having problems. I'm very sorry that things are just not working and making my cues look as good as they normally do. But at least you still got me, so we're going to roll with it. Chase Burns tonight goes 6 innings, gives up 2 earned runs, has 9 strikeouts. He's the fastest Red to 100 strikeouts in his career in team history. You know what I really loved about Chase Burns tonight? And I've talked about this a few times. I love that Chase Burns doesn't get rattled. I mean, there's just, the 6 innings tonight, he's got runners on second and third, and he gets out of it. And he gave up 7 hits tonight. Now, 7 hits isn't a ton by any means, but if you're him, you see young guys give up 7 hits, most of the times they panic. He doesn't panic. He's like, all right, give me the ball. Ty Steve, let's play catch. And you're seeing more and more that he gave a homer tonight. Rolled on, didn't bother him one bit. He had 1 walk to start the game, didn't walk a guy the rest of the day. I just talked a lot about what Elly De La Cruz and Sal Stewart bring to the Reds on the defensive side of the field and as hitters. I'm going to go ahead and say that Chase Burns has everything it takes to pitch in a short series in October. He has the moxie, he has the swagger, he has the talent, he has the short-term memory span. He has it all. This is a really special pitcher that the Reds got with the 2nd pick in the 2024 draft, and a draft that you're seeing is loaded with talent. I believe now 8 of the top 10 guys, counting Travis Bazzana tonight, have now made their big league debut. And Chase Burns was the 2nd pick in that draft. Like, people wanted to bring up wins. I don't really care about pitcher wins. I think it's greatest 3-1. What I'm looking at is in 34 innings, he has 39 strikeouts. In 34 innings, his whip is 1.12. His strikeout to walk ratio is triple. It's 39 strikeouts to 12 walks. His strikeouts to earn runs is almost quadruple. 39 strikeouts to 10 earned runs. Chase Burns is the real deal. And look, I know someone's going to come in here and be like, but Tim, it's the Rockies. He's pitched against the Rays. He's pitched against the Giants. I don't care. Those guys have major league patches on their uniforms too. Those guys are real deal Holyfield. They're in the big leagues for a reason. Chase Burns is special. Chase Burns has everything it takes to be an ace as he develops and continues to grow. And I talked about this on on Reds Talk on SI, that getting my shows mixed up, that if I'm the Reds, while all this talk about Sal Stewart's going on, signing him long-term, and I 1,000% agree with that, I'm locking up Chase Burns long-term. I'm not letting him go to another team. Whether this lockout happens next year or not, I don't care. He is my future ace. He is my guy, and I'm going to roll with him every chance I get. Now, I just talked about some high-profile guys who are really showing the future of the Reds, and we're going to wrap the show tonight talking about Dane Myers. And honestly, I'm just at the point where I think Dane Myers should be the regular center fielder of this team. ED is way more common than most guys think. Millions of guys deal with it at some point, and that's exactly why HIMS offers a straightforward way to handle it. HIMSS connects you with licensed healthcare providers online, giving you access to legitimate ED treatment options from the content of your home. No awkward appointments, no pharmacy lines, just a straightforward process that makes it easier to take care of yourself. The whole process is simple. You just complete a quick online intake and a provider reviews your situation. If the treatment is right for you, it ships directly to your house in discreet packaging, which makes the whole experience feel more private and stress-free. They also offer side effect options like Cinefull, the generic version of Viagra, a fraction of the cost, plus other treatments you can find that work best for you. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/lockedonmlb. That's hims.com/lockedonmlb for your free online visit. hims.com/lockedonmlb. Prescription required. See website for details and important safety information. Cinefull is the generic version of Viagra. Viagra is a registered trademark of Viatris Specialty LLC. HIMSS is not affiliated with or endorsed by Viatris. This episode is also brought to you by our friends over at 5-Hour Energy. If you've got a sweet tooth like I do, you know how tough it is to find that perfect treat without all the sugar. That's why Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy Shots brings the nostalgic flavor back in a whole new way. This is that classic taste you remember, but with a tasty caffeine boost and zero sugar. It's a quick, easy way to satisfy that sweet craving while keeping things simple and on the go. I've always loved birthday cake, but I can't be eating sweets all day. This is a perfect alternative. Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy Shots taste just like birthday cake, vanilla and buttery flavors to let you be unapologetic extra and unstoppably energized. All cake, no sugar. You can have your cake and sip it too, minus any sugar guilt. I like how convenient it is too. It's just a small portable shot that I can grab whenever I need a little pickup. It's become my go-to when I want something sweet without going overboard. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or Amazon. Crack open Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy Shots today. So I'll do my normal spiel that I do after the ad break here in a second. But Michael has this comment here that says about Chase Burns, he's not the future ace. He is the ace. And right now, while there's no Hunter Green and no Nick Lodolo and Andrew Abbott struggling, him and Rhett Lauder have been the two best pitchers on this team. I think that's 100% a fair statement from Michael. And also, I just love to hear it because I'm a big Chase Burns fan. It's really nice to see. So I want to talk real quick about Dane Myers before we get out of here. And William brings this up as well. He says, Dane Myers is a leadoff hitter, now 4 for 8. Extremely small sample size, but has shown the ability to be a really good player for this team. Was a cheaper trade pickup and has really been solid. You know, right now, a 797 OPS in his last 7 games, a 333 batting average, a 533 slugging. Listen to this. 545 on base percentage. You know what all those numbers sound like to me, folks? Sounds like a leadoff hitter to me. Is he your best defensive outfielder right now? Yes, he is. He really is. TJ Friedl has struggled in center field this year. It's been well documented. I feel like Dane Myers has kind of shown that he can be the center fielder. Now, he's still got to get better against righties. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying that Dane Myers is a finished product by any stretch of the matter. But do I think he fits this team a little better right now where he is in his career than where TJ Friedl is? Yes. Am I saying the Reds need to get rid of TJ Friedl? No. He certainly could be a viable piece for this team. We've seen him play left field this year fairly well. I wouldn't say he's been disappointing there. I just don't know if he can really just kind of have that range anymore. And Myers does. He's pretty fast and has a great glove. The arm's fine. Like, I have no issues with Dane Myers whatsoever. And then people talk about, well, TJ is a really good bunter, and he is. Dane Myers done a pretty nice bunt tonight, didn't he, folks? I feel like I'm not trying to say Dane Myers is a center fielder of the future by any stretch, but I do think he could be a huge part of this team as they continue to get better and become a really good team. I'm not going on here to say he's super special, but I think right now when they're in this state they are, you need to play your best players. And I think he's just been significantly better than TJ Friedl. I love TJ. I appreciate everything TJ has done as a Red. Dane Myers has been a better player. I don't think there's any other way around it. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and roll out of here for this edition of the Postcast as the Reds are winners tonight over the Colorado Rockies. The Reds have 7 runs on 11 hits and an error. The Colorado Rockies have 2 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. The Reds are back at it tomorrow at GABP as Brandon Williamson will take the hill for the Reds. He is 2-2 with a 5.40 ERA. He'll be going against Tomoyuki Shigano, who is 2-1 with a 3.42. First pitch is at 6:40. And I'm going to go ahead and put this out there, guys, because as you know, working multiple jobs here at Locked On, I get really busy. They do this really nice thing, the NBA and in baseball, where they like to have the teams I cover play at the same time. So the Cavs and the Reds both play at the same time tomorrow. So whichever game finishes first is where I will be. I will either be live. I think the Reds start at 6:40, the Cavs start at 7. So hopefully I can be here at a rational time. But whatever, regardless, I will be here. I will never miss a chance to hang out with you guys and talk Reds baseball. Thank you all again so much. Have a great night. Go Red Legs, and I will see you tomorrow.